by a police officer there who didn't de-escalate the situation but antagonized it more, and he tased the wrong guy. And my dad died from a brain injury 2 days after he was admitted to the hospital. Hennepin County Police Department, or county sheriff who was doing the independent investigation, delayed the investigation. Also, the lack of accountability is why I'm here. I mean, it's been 5 years.
I'm gonna go on live here for 1 hour on this camera. Finally got it fixed and working right. Maybe it's because I'm in the suburbs, but we're out in Minnetonka. Good trouble march for stolen lives. And Monique was just speaking. Now another gentleman's speaking. Haven't seen him before, so he's having a hard time. I'm gonna go up there, run this for 1 hour.
And just standing aside and seeing everybody of different colors, different gender, different sexual orientation here is emotionally overwhelming. And I want to thank everybody that's been standing up, using their voice to make sure that everybody of color, sexual orientation, race is heard. So thank you very much, guys.
Well, thank you. Let's talk, because we can do some organizing and create more platforms for you to speak and talk about your father for sure. That's what this is about, right? We share the platform here. This is not about being selfish and a big I and a little u. It's not that. All these lives that were stolen, they all matter, whether they were recorded or not. I know Toussaint Morrison did a protest for those who were not filmed, right? My nephew wasn't filmed. There's so many cases where people are being killed and it's not making national news, but the families are still suffering. The families are still dealing with the lies from the police departments and the police reports. The families are still fighting to get legal representation. They're running against the time clock of statute of limitations, and it's really a horrific experience to go through, but having community that comes forward and stands up is so important for your strength. So now you're part of a community, and we are here to support you. Absolutely. So I thank you for coming up. That took courage. Let's give this young man another hand after 5 years for coming out. Really and truly appreciate you. I always have to give a shout out to the marshals, to the people on our bikers, the people riding the cars, our legal hats, medics, all these people that come together so that we can do what we're doing and be as safe as possible. So it really does take a village. And as part of the village, and my village has grown so much and it continues to grow. Why I'm so grateful to be out here in Minnetonka speaking for the first time, protesting for the first time, because it is important and they need to see us or they don't hear us. This is why we continue to march. And when people say marching doesn't change or doesn't make a difference, well, it absolutely does. It puts pressure on those who are in positions to make choices. It puts pressure on systems that need to be changed. And when we're out and then we get media, we have independent media. Thank you for being out here. Independent media as well. But when commercial media will take the time to actually investigate, when they take the time to actually see what's really happening and share those stories, then it becomes news, and then it goes national, and then there's more attention. So it is so important that we continue to stand up against these injustices, against black, white, and every color in between. So important. I do a lot of organizing with Native Lives Matter. They are a very strong group that's out. Newly reformed organization, Hmong Lives Matter, is out here as well. So we are out here in different groups. I'm a member of TCC for J, Twin Cities Coalition for Justice for Jamar, who's working on community control of the police. And that is important because we need the police to not be able to lie and to kill, to find evidence, to beat and abuse the people that they have contact with, the people that they choose to take authority over. There need to be consequences and real consequences for these individuals. So Twin Cities Coalition of Justice is working on that. And so I've been in kind of like an open platform, nothing specific that I had to talk about. I think I'd like to talk about clearing up some theories that are kind of floating out around on Facebook, and some things that can be confusing to people and not necessarily understanding. We do a lot of work here, and there can be some criticism because it's not a black-led group, but you have to understand there's two different sectors that are moving. It's the Black Lives Matter, right? Or police accountability is another one. But when we have people in leadership positions in police accountability, you know, that's not something where we're saying, oh, they necessarily have to be black, but people are saying, oh, they need to not be in that position. But they're working on police accountability.
So for right now, I gotta kind of stay up on this hill because I have no strength down there. I think the march is going to start pretty quick, and once we get out onto the road, there's probably closer cell towers.
It doesn't get to be an anarchist. You got to put in some work to be an anarchist, right? So we want to differentiate between what's being called like the DFL anarchist organizations. No anarchists. I don't know any anarchists who are part of the DFL. I don't know any anarchists who organize and move the way that they're being involved into. But I do want to say the Antifa, who often gets criticized, that these are people, and I know, who stand up, who put their lives on the line and continually stand up against fascism and racism. And without the work that these anti-fascists are doing, that the anarchists who get out and stand against them, we would have Nazis with strongholds right here in the Twin Cities. There's a news report that you can even watch in South Minneapolis. Nazis bought a house, and they tried to establish a network in the Twin Cities, and it was led by Antifa, and they got them out of the community in the neighborhood. So the work that Antifa does, and they are definitely not giving hate a place to speak, and they are constantly thrown under the bus and criticized. But it all works together, you know, for us, because they are standing up. And Black Lives Matter, we stand up, and we have communities all over the state of Minnesota after the death of George Floyd that was standing up, small communities that messaged us and said, hey, we only have 500 people in our town, but somehow we had 300 people show up for a protest. People were outraged by George Floyd, and they should be outraged by all of these deaths, whether they see what happened or not, which you can just assume that something was wrong when you see someone was killed. Don't believe the stories when you look at it on the news, because the police spend a lot of money to have people to communicate the stories that they need and help them write them. So it's really police propaganda. So what's the basis of it? Yesterday I saw that a video of George Floyd had been released from a previous arrest, and now,
So I'm going to pause this, and as soon as we get out of this park, I'll bring it back up. Huh, they just put those signs in. When did they come do that? So I'll bring this back up as soon as we get down on the street and I have a better signal.
Indict, convict, send them to the cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict,
I should have better coverage now. Coming out of the park on the march. Try this again. Heading up to down Excelsior Boulevard up to Highway 101.
The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Tell me what community looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what community looks like. like.
This is what community looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Asian lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When trans lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When unhoused lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
If we don't get no justice, I said if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
I said if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
I said if we don't get
This
no
is the
justice,
organizer of the march,
I said if we
right
don't
up
get
front
no
here with her
justice,
husband.
They don't get no peace.
She's
I
bringing
said if we don't
awareness
get
to
no
the
justice,
suburbs. She's doing a great job.
I said if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
I said if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
no cops, no KKK, no racist USA, no cops, no KKK, no
racist USA.
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 no cops, no KKK,
Racist USA.
no cops, no KKK.
No racist USA.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, these racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, these,
Racist cops have got to go.
hey, hey, ho, ho, these,
Racist cops have got to go.
hey, hey, ho, ho, these,
Racist cops have got to go.
hey, hey, ho, ho, these.
So this guy in the van was trying to run into the marshals to get through instead of waiting. Now I think he's going to leave the other way.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't
Say
stop.
what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
All right, we're gonna hold up here, and then you can pull the truck around, and then Donnie's gonna speak. You take the mic right now, actually, so you can hear it. Yeah, car right here. Truck's gonna move around. Glad y'all are here today. Wish more of you were here today.
Okay? It's Education Day, folks. All right? You heard about Tashira Garraway Allen's organization, Families Supporting Families. I'm with Justice Squad. We're about families, too. I brought a sign, or I made a sign, and this sign says, Brian Quinones should be with us today. I should not! You understand the meaning of that? Marcus Golden should be here today. His aunt shouldn't be here. Justin Tigan should be here today. 11 years ago, the last time Justin Tigan was seen was on a video with a police officer. The next time he was seen, he was coming down a ramp at a sanitation processing ramp. You kidding me? My normal talk is come out here and tell all you white folks, I'm glad you're here. Get your ass into movement if you're going to get into movement. Okay? That's still my message today. But I'm going to tell you this. You can get in deeper. You have friends you want to bring to this stuff? You have friends that you think like you? Or do you have friends that don't think about you at all or think like this at all? You want them to get here? We want them to come. Okay? We want them to come. Kobe Heisler's family wants them to come. Okay? September 7th, a year ago, 3 police officers from Richfield and 2 police officers from Edina assassinated Brian Quinones. And I'll call it assassination. Okay? Because seconds after they got him out of his car on a traffic stop, he was no longer with us. Second! I'm angry. I'm really angry. Kobe Heisler was having a moment. And the cops were initially called in. They were called and said, don't come, Kobe's fine. And they showed up anyway and escalated the situation. And now Kobe's no longer with us. These cops and this system have to be stopped. And there's no question about it. They have to be stopped. When he mentioned earlier about media, and we all know that Toussaint's got a history with media. He kind of knows how it works. Okay? Well, here's how it worked. On September 8th, because I was there the night they killed Brian, so was his wife and so was his son. So the next night on the news, I got to hear what a criminal my grandson was. And that's police rhetoric like you heard, but it's also fronted and processed by your local media. Your Channel 5, your Channel 4, your 9, your 11, okay? And it doesn't stop. It is police rhetoric. Okay? And they keep it going as long as they can. Matter of fact, I've said this before, I'll say it again. If a cop kills a family member, one of your loved ones, and you find out who's going to do the investigation, they will tell you that it's going to be thorough and it's going to be transparent.
Bullshit. That's that bullshit.
I share your bullshit, and I'm sorry for your loss. And I'm glad you're here today. But it is bullshit. That's cop talk for, this is going to take a long freaking time, and we're going to screw you bad. Okay? And what do they have? This is your system. And when you're talking to your friends and you want them to come out here and they're so stoic and so stuck on what they think and what they believe, sell them on it. Educate them on it.
Yeah.
All right? This is what it comes out like.
Yeah.
They say one thing. It's what they want you to hear. It's what they want you to hear, and they have the media who will plant that and run with that, and they'll tell it the way the cops want it told. Okay? And then they'll do this investigation. And it can be the BCA, it can be Hennepin County, it can be whoever. And that investigation, like I told you, is going to go on a long time, and there's not going to be satisfaction. Okay? Here's why. Because people like Mike Freeman, or Choi, or Backstrom, and all of your surrounding communities, they need those police officers on the street. They need the brotherhood of police and law enforcement to support each other. And if you don't think that this whole system is nothing, one thing it is, they're all together. And every faction and every piece of that system works together to hide, to manipulate, and to say what they want you to believe as a public. I've listened to over a year the bullshit they said about my grandson. By the way, I guess I didn't tell you, I have a special touch for Brian Quinones. He is my grandson. Wasn't was, or isn't a was. Brian will be my grandson till the day I go to the next phase. Okay? But that's what these people do. And you have to get your friends who you think will agree with you, and if you want to get this movement bigger and you want to be a real part of this movement, you got to sell it. You got to educate your friends, because they're not going to go out and educate themselves. Okay? They're going to sit on their hands and they're going to say, wow, that sucks. Hey, I was that guy. Until September 7th, 2019. Okay? Educate them. This shit really works. Okay? You think Tashira Garraway Allen wants to come out here with every moment of the day, okay, and talk about Justin and talk about justice? You think I want to be out here all the time talking about it? I know Ashley doesn't. There's all kinds of other things that go on here, but right now I'm telling you about police violence, stolen lives, and what these people do. Before they killed Brian, I sat on my ass and I said, man, that sucks. And I never got learned. I never got educated. And then when they murdered my grandson, it didn't take long to get educated. I was motivated. Ashley likes to say, I'm woke. Hey. Old white grandpa. Bang. All of a sudden now I'm woke. But I need to get a hell of a lot more woke. All right? And I need to get more people on this movement and involved in this. And it means changing minds. It means changing the way people think. Are you going to be successful? No, not with all of them. Okay? If you've got those rigid, racist, white supremacists in your network and your group, that's going to be a tough sell, don't you think? You got those borderlines. When you talk to them about this, they give you the, maybe, nail them. Go after them. Okay? Ask them. Why can't it be another way? Why is the police rhetoric in a police story the only way it can possibly be? Think with an open mind. Challenge your friends to think with an open mind. That's not the only way it is. There are other sides. My grandmother used to tell me there's two sides to every story. Oh shit, Grandma. I got news for you. There's more than two. But you got to find out what you want to do here and what you want to say. And you have to educate those that don't want to hear it, or those that want to stand up and tell you you're wrong. I got family members that don't talk to me. I had a friend for my birthday text my wife when she sent him an invitation, say, save the dime. That shows how old I am, because back then we actually used to use dimes. But at the end of the day, the story's this. He didn't care anymore. Guess what? Hit the road. Go away. I don't want you in my life anymore. You knew my grandson, you son of a bitch. And that's the way you're going to go and play this? Fuck off. They're out there, but you can make a big change. You can make this number of people. You can make this number of people in Minnetonka 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, 9 times, 10 times bigger. And bring it to the burbs if you can tell them what really happened and educate them. I'll educate you. I'll talk to you from a family perspective. All right? I know that what they tell you on the TV when they murder somebody in your family, I know that's not the truth. I know what they do. I'll talk to you. But I'm not going to educate you all the way, because if you're really in this fight, you're going to get off your ass, you're going to get off your hands, you're going to educate yourself.
Hell yeah.
And you're going to find out what happened. But remember, when you step into that place where you're going to learn things, remember, you're going to get a lot of it from one perspective. We'll need to talk to family members. You know what? Go to Families Supporting Families Against Police Violence. They'll tell you. Go to justicesquad.org. They'll tell you. Okay? They'll tell you, because they're all family members. I joined a select group on September 7th of 2019. And it's the worst group you could ever be a part of. You know why? Interest dues are too much. That fee is too much. My great-grandson doesn't get to see his dad anymore. We live on moments like this. Yesterday, Kevin Garnett, how many of you know Kevin Garnett? Know who he was, or is? Kevin Garnett was at George Floyd yesterday. And one of Brian's best friends lives right there in that neighborhood. And his son went over to say hi to Kevin Garnett, and they started up a conversation. And Tyson walked over and told him about Brian. And Kevin went with him and listened to him. And then he said, wow, you knew Brian? Tyson said, my dad's one of his best friends. Kevin Garnett said, I listened to Brian. Music slaps. Or slaps, excuse me. His music slaps. Right? We live for those moments. You know why? Because that means we know that our loved one who they murdered and haven't supported in any way, shape, or form is a good person. Yeah. We know because Brian used to put together backpacks and give them to school for kids that didn't have stuff. Brian was a good person. Brian wasn't a criminal. Okay? You can't listen to the bullshit that first comes out. If you're going to treat this with an open mind, treat it with an open mind. Educate your friends. Educate your family members. Tell them, ask them why. Ask them why. Why does it have to be that way? And then ask them why can't it be that way? Because there's a lot of people will tell you that it is that way. I want you to learn. I want you to get educated. Do it yourself. Do it through one of us. Ask us. That's fine. I don't care. Get educated. Because I want you to be able to do something about this now. Okay? I don't want you to find out through a phone call or while you're standing on a street corner and watching killing that you need to change. Brian's son was 12 years old. He was there. Brian's wife was there. And I was there. You don't want that thing. You need to get to live an everyday life. Get educated. Educate your friends. Educate your family. Educate those borderline friends that you're not so sure about. My hope and prayer is that none of you will ever have to go through what I or Ashley or Tashira or Taryn or Amity have to go through because of what happened to their family members at the hands of police. Learn. Spread the word. Grow this group. And do it before this shit happens to you because it can happen to you. Thank you.
We're going to keep going. We're going to make way for this, for the truck to go out. We're going to follow up. Make space. Please watch out. You might want to get up off the curb. Instead of taking a very,
thank you. Everybody wants to step this way.
Behind you.
Well, let's clear our path. We're going to bring this vehicle
We're going to take a right up at the light. So know that we're going to take a right. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no no justice,
they don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
what do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. 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 No justice, no peace. Boots on the ground. We're here to shut this shit down. Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here to shut this shit down. Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here to shut this shit down. Louder, boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here to shut this shit down. Black lives, they matter here.
Black lives, they matter.
I said black lives, they matter here.
Black lives, they matter.
I said black lives, they matter here.
Black lives, they matter.
I said black lives, they matter here.
Black lives, they matter here.
Native 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 lives, they matter here.
Asian 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 lives, they matter here.
Indict, convict, send those killing cops to jail. The
whole damn system is guilty as hell.
Indict, convict, send those
Killing cops to jail.
The whole
Damn system is guilty as hell.
indict, convict, send those
Killing cops to jail.
The whole
Damn system is guilty as hell.
indict, convict,
Send those killer cops to jail.
the whole.
Damn system is guilty as hell.
If George don't get it,
Shut it down.
if George don't get it,
Shut it down.
if George don't get it,
Shut it down.
if Brianna don't get it,
Shut it down.
if Brianna don't get it,
Shut it down.
if Brianna don't get it,
Shut it down.
Brian Quinones don't get it,
Shut it
if
down.
Brian don't get it,
Shut it
if
down.
Brian don't get it,
Shut it down.
if Marcus Golden don't get it,
Shut it
if
down.
Marcus Golden don't get it,
Shut it down.
Marcus Golden don't get it,
Shut it
if
down.
Jeffrey Smith don't get it,
Shut it
if
down.
Jeffrey Smith don't get it,
Shut it
if
down.
Jeffrey Smith don't get it,
Shut it
if
down.
Demetrius Hell don't get it,
Shut it
if
down.
Demetrius don't get it,
Shut it
if
down.
Demetrius don't get it,
Shut it down.
no good cops in a racist system,
No good cops in a racist system.
no good cops in a racist system,
No good cops in a racist system.
no good cops in a racist racist system.
No good cops in a 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 racist system.
No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. 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 We fed up, can't take no more. We fed up,
Can't take no more.
we fed up,
Can't take no more.
we fed up,
Can't take no more.
we fed up,
Can't take no more.
we fed up,
Can't take no more.
we fed up,
Can't take no more.
we fed up.
Can't take no more.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Ain't no power like the power of people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't
Say
stop.
what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't
Say
stop.
what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't
Say
stop.
what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't
Say
stop.
what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. These
Racist cops have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. These
Racist cops have got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. These
Racist cops have got to go.
Hey, hey.
Cops have got to go.
When I say 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, I'm gonna say 2, 4, 6, 8, and y'all gonna say we want justice, no more hate. 2, 4, 6, 8, we want justice, no more hate. 2, 4, 6, 8, we want justice, no more hate. 2, 4, 6, 8, we want justice, no more hate. 2, 4, 6, 8,
We want justice, no more hate.
say it louder,
We want justice, no more hate.
say it prouder,
We want justice, no more hate.
like you mean it,
We want justice, no more hate.
like you believe it.
We want justice, no more hate.
2, 4, 6, 8,
We want justice, no more hate.
Black lives, they matter here.
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 Native 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 lives, they matter here.
Asian 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 lives, they matter here.
We here, we lit, we taking over this shit. We here, we lit, we taking over this shit. We here, we lit, we taking over this shit. We here, we lit, we taking over this shit. No good cops in a racist system.
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 No good cops in a racist
So we're coming up to 7 in 101 in Minnetonka. I can tell by the traffic, the police have already shut this down off in the distance. So the only cars coming through are people at stores. So I can see about a quarter to a mile up, quarter to a half mile up. Cops blocked up there in every direction. So they're keeping their distance from the protest, but they're
You stay show
blocking this whole place, keeping everybody away from it. These roads are normally completely busy this time. Shut down and way off in the distance.
What do we want? When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. Right, no justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck these racist ass police. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace.
All right, we're stopping. We're holding this corner right here. And Kai, do you want to tell us really quick why you wanted to cut off this this particular intersection?
Yeah. Take the whole thing. Come on in the intersection.
You know,
It's stand over here. So you're not in front of the speakers. Go ahead.
so the reason we are taking this intersection today is because in Minnetonka, it's really easy to avoid this conversation. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to see it. You don't have to live it. But you know what? BIPOC people are all over this country, including Minnetonka. And you know what? You don't get to avoid this conversation. You don't get to not know that people of color and all people's lives are being taken by police through brutality, corruption, violence, and police abuses. And we are done. You don't get to live in Minnetonka and not think about what the rest of the world is going through. So we're going to stand in this intersection and make some good trouble, and people can wait to get to their shopping and buy their scented candles and their bath towels. They're going to hear what we have to say. It doesn't matter how many times we have to do it. We're going to keep doing it until we get some justice. If we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
I'ma say if we don't get no justice, y'all gonna say they don't get no streets, okay? If we don't get no justice, they don't get no streets. If we don't get no justice,
They don't get no streets.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no streets.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no streets.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no streets.
2, 4, 6, 8. We want justice, no more hate. 2, 4, 6, 8.
We want justice, no more hate.
2, 4, 6, 8.
We want justice, no more hate.
2, 4, 6, 8.
We want justice, no more hate.
What do we want?
Justice,
When do we want it?
now.
What do we want?
Justice,
When do we want it?
now.
What do we want?
Justice,
When do we want it?
now.
What do we want?
Justice,
When do we want it?
now.
What do we want?
Justice,
When do we want it?
now.
Watch my back. I'm under attack. Who got my
I
back?
got your back.
Who got my
We
back?
got your back.
Who got my
We
back?
got your back.
Watch my back. I'm under attack. Who got my
We
back?
got your back.
Who got my
We
back?
got your back.
Who got my
We
back?
got your back.
Period. I just want to say something real quick. Because I love that we're out here. We're disturbing the suburbs. All these people, like she said, they cannot avoid this. This is happening everywhere, in every state, in the country. It's happening everywhere. It's happening around the world. I want to tell y'all a little bit about something called SARS in Nigeria. It's called the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. I believe that's what it is. And it's basically a part of the police in Nigeria that are oppressing black people. They're out there, there are people in Nigeria that are protesting this because they are oppressing them. It's happening everywhere. Corruption is everywhere. Everywhere. So y'all being out here and choosing to be out here and be a body and be a voice, to be speaking on this matter, to disturb these people, like you just saw a Trump supporter just roll by, trying to give us bait, and we're not going for it, because you know what you're out here for. To say that we're not standing for none of this shit, we care about all these lives that are being taken by the police from us, and we know the truth. So if we don't get no justice, they don't get no streets. If we don't get no justice,
They don't get no streets.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no streets.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no streets.
when I say fuck, you say racism. Fuck.
Racism.
Fuck.
Racism.
Fuck.
Racism.
Fuck. When
Racism.
I say fuck, you say Trump. Fuck.
Trump.
Fuck.
Trump. Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump.
When I say fuck, you say 12. Fuck.
12.
Fuck.
12.
Fuck.
12.
Fuck.
12. Thank you, Uriah. Thank you, Uriah. It's a tongue twister. So Kaya called everybody out here, and it's not just Kaya. There's a lot of folks out here that would come anyways, and it's encouraging, and it's amazing that everybody is moving in solidarity, especially in a city like Minnetonka, especially with all that we've heard from the citizens of Minnetonka. And although we're marching for stolen lives, it starts at a deeper place than that. And some of the folks that have spoken about their experience here in this city, you understand that the racism here goes deeper than just the police department. This is in your day-to-day with people driving by, and this is most definitely in your schools.
Yes.
Raise your hand if you're a resident of Minnetonka. You have family members here. You may have kids here. You have family members or friends that have kids here. They do not need to teach their kids the racism that was taught to you. You don't need to pass down the buck and the lessons of white supremacy that were taught to you. You can end it right here. You can stop it right now. You can actually be the end of that lesson. It stops with you, or it stops with your friend, or it stops with your family member. You can check them right now and have that conversation. You can actually do that. And we're here right now, not only to send a message that stolen lives will be stolen no more, but that we will not be intimidated, we will not be aggressed, and we will not take on any fear tactics from the bullshit that people tried to put on us to make us stop marching, to make us stop speaking, and to make us stop taking action. There was supposed to be a Mother's March, a Women's March today at the Capitol. And Keith Ellison shut it down, saying they're going to fine them $25,000 unless they fill out 9 pages of paperwork, pay some type of fee if there's over 250 people, and account for every person that's there. You don't need to fill out anything. You don't need anybody's permission to take your First Amendment rights to assemble and call BS on your leadership. You don't need anybody's permission to take that action. And the second that you start asking for permission is the second you start silencing yourself. It's the second you start questioning yourself if you can feel the way you feel. A black woman told me a long time ago in theater class, she said a lot of her white friends in college would say, "Oh, why are you so angry all the time? Why are you so angry?" And she said back to her white friends, "Who told you you couldn't be angry? Who said that you can't be angry? Who said that it's not okay to feel that?" And I want to press it further and say, who told you that this was anger? This may just be righteousness. This may just be the way that I'm reacting to the way that I've been treated for my whole damn life. Everybody here knows a kid of color that was in their school in a white space and didn't speak up because they didn't feel safe. You may have been that kid too, because I sure as hell was that kid. And when we showed up to swim meets against Minnetonka, you better believe every black body, the few of them that were, or just me, had the code switch. You could not speak up. And when you're standing there in a swimsuit, all of your black skin is showing. and white folks respond to it in a certain way. That was my first interaction with Stillwater, my first interaction with Minnetonka. One of my first interactions with many suburbs here was being a swimmer from the city, showing up to the suburbs and being looked at like you're an entire alien altogether. And then I look at the other black kids in that school too, and just how hegemonized and how turned their brains were, not in any blame of them, but that they went day in, day out, having to code switch, having to change their behavior, their language, having to reform who their character and personality and identity is to fit into a white space. If you are black, if you are not white, if you are something that is different than the status quo, I'm telling you right now, you don't need to change shit. They need to start changing their environment to suit you.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Many times in special education where I worked as a paraprofessional, we want to get the kids acclimated to get back to their homeroom, where a lot of these kids didn't do a damn thing but speak back to their white teacher and say enough is enough. It's backwards. You need to start getting the homeroom. You need to start getting the homeroom to acclimate to these kids that don't agree with it. You need to start getting this city to acclimate to the people that don't agree with it. Your chief of police in Minnetonka resigned May 31st. He resigned May 31st. And just 6 days before that, we all know what happened. And who took over was Scott Boorboom, is the chief of police in Minnetonka, who is trained in the FBI at Conoco and has been a law enforcement officer his whole life. Scott can do better. Scott is now on notice. You have entered into a movement June 1st when you took the job that there is no going back. So you now have free permission to let your officers know that they can take the badge off, put the gun down, show up to a Black Lives Matter rally if they want, and they can shut up and listen. Because right now, seeing some of the officers after the last march that we had here, they had that smug look on their face as if they can do any damn thing they want and they can shut this thing down if they wanted to, and we're saying that they can't. And here's a part of it. These cameras. White folks didn't start showing up in mass until we started filming these deaths. If you had seen the footage, if somebody had outside footage of Brian Quinones getting killed, you would have shown up September 8th, 2019. Hell, you might have been out at night September 7th, 2019, if you saw it. You need to understand that just because you saw it activated you, start believing the people that you did not see filmed. Where there's one body, there's probably 15 more. And where there's one complaint, and where you have students talking about getting mistreated because they're people of color, Coon Rapids, we see you. A lot of students came forward and said that they were treated a certain way, that many female bodies were sexualized in a certain way, and everybody gave the white boys the pass. They said all boys will be boys. And then a bunch of white people would use the N-word. They say, they're just having a bad day. We're calling BS on that. We're calling bullshit on that. Those kids do not deserve to be treated that way. They do not deserve to have to stay in schools like that. And just because it's not filmed or you didn't hear about it doesn't mean that there's an atrocity happening at every single suburban school in this state. Over the past decade, Minnesota cities have doled out $60.8 million to settle lawsuits for cops outside of court. Civil lawsuits. $60.8 million over the last decade. What could you have done with $60.8 million instead of bailing cops out? And as Jarvis said, they can get their own damn insurance. We got insurance when we're driving around in a car because it's a right, not a privilege. It's a privilege, not a right. It should be a privilege to be a police officer, not a damn right. So if you start shooting black folks, you can pay for that out of your own pocket. We don't need to pay for that. Taxpayers don't need to pay for that. And the end message is here in Minnetonka, you do not have to use your tax dollars to pay for their racism. You do not have to pay to support their racism. You do not have to pay to support a city that is maintaining its own status quo of racial disparity in education, law enforcement, and employment. This state was rated as one of the most unwelcoming in this country, so much that it affected the economy. The top two demographics that left were people that came in from out of town and said, what the hell's going on here, and left. And the other demographic was, guess who? Young professionals of color that knew they could go anywhere else and be treated better. The reason why you have a situation like George Floyd, Brian Quinones, and so many more bodies of color and bodies in general that have been swept under the rug is because they've been devalued. These bodies have been devalued. It is your job to value these lives. Now, you don't want to become a member of the club like Don was talking about. Nobody does. You don't want to become a member of that club. You want to support that club, and you want to fight against police brutality. Value your neighbor and folks of color right now. Believe black people, and especially black women, right now. If you think that your white body can run for a position of leadership, but also believe a person of color can do the same, if not better job than you, get them to run right now for city council. This has to happen right now. You need to change your city right now and move forward with that. This is only going to grow, and this should not stop. They can be held up from their shopping centers, but none of them are going to be killed. All power to the people.
All power to the people.
We're going to march down this way and make a U-turn and come back. So everybody, let's get behind the truck, and we're going to march down this way, make a U-turn and come back. So stay safe, stay tight and together, stay in front of the back car, stay behind.
I got about 5 minutes left on this battery, if that. I'm not going to go back on after that unless something comes up. I think they want to go to Target, so maybe I'll switch my battery and come back up.
Ready?
No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. 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 No justice, no peace.
I'm going to switch out this battery right now. I'll be up in about 1 minute. Alright, I don't know what that was, but again, I'm up. That stream wouldn't let me connect for some reason, but we're back down here. Missed a couple of good speeches, but we'll get back on it.
Say thank you!
Thank you.
Say thank you!
Thank you.
Say thank you!
Thank you.
And what needs to happen going forward, we're going to get this truck started up to start going the other direction. But this is what needs to happen frequently. This can't be a means of intimidation. As you just saw that truck over there, and then the old guy get out, pretend to start mimicking that he's shooting us. I don't know if you saw that, but that's what it is. And literally all you're saying is Black Lives Matter, which is the bare minimum that we can request for Black lives. We can say Black lives are loved. We can say Black lives are special. We can say Black lives are amazing. And if you are Black and you're living, you probably feel that you more than matter. You know, like this is the bare minimum. And if people disagree with that and feel a certain way about it, you know, it most definitely that's problematic. Do you want to say anything at all? No? Okay. I just see you out of all these marches, and I'm just like, no, I wonder if
I'm not public speaker. No.
Yeah, come on.
So you...
Closer and yell.
There's like the intimidation things that we just saw there. And I'm sure things like that happen in places of work, people, and schools, and things like that. And so I think a push is that if you don't think racism is happening somewhere, it absolutely is happening in every single institution in this entire country. And so to change institutions, you can't like befriend the institution, you can't befriend the system. It's never gonna work because the system would have to literally blow itself up to change, and it will never do that. And so we have to go and demand that they stop and that they change, and then we can go into the system and say, this is how it will be different. Because if they're never different, things will always be like this. People have been fighting this fight for a long time, and if we don't make the changes today, then we will never see change. I think something that's big about the suburbs is, like Kaya mentioned, like they're blocking all of this. They're rerouting people up through the high school because they didn't want to do that. Kids were protesting out at Minnetonka High School back in the summer because they were saying that it was a problem for them that they were inconvenienced by distance learning. In my opinion, this is the opinion of no one else but mine, COVID is one of the biggest issues that white people have faced at a national level in the entirety of this country. You don't have to believe me, you don't have to agree with me, but I'm just saying it's one of the biggest inconveniences, and they're feeling oppressed and shocked and, oh my gosh, this happens? This is how black people and other minority groups feel every day in this country. So wearing a mask is the least anybody can do, but at the end of the day, racism, genocide, xenophobia, all of that has been going on since the inception of this country, and that's the real pandemic. I'm not saying COVID's not real, COVID is absolutely real. However, those are genocides and pandemics that have been going on for a lot longer with way less people worrying about it the way that white people have cared about COVID. I think that's all I'm going to say today, but yeah, let's keep this moving.
Give it up for a co-organizer, Jarvis, who's resident of Minnetonka and has been here his whole life.
Hello again, everyone. Just wanted to say one thing real quick. I am from here, born and raised. That piece of shit human being has been very present to me my whole life. Wow. And there are people in this community that do not even know that someone like that exists here. Every day, that person is here. So please, please, help your friends, help our neighbors. Wake up. It's here every day. That's all.
All right, we're gonna rally behind the truck and we're gonna get moving back to our destination where we're gonna have a quick message about voting and then final speakers, and then we'll go safely about our way. And feel free to relay the message to Scott Bourbon that they're invited if they take their badges and guns off and shut up and listen. Hold up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't. Again, hold up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't. Louder, hold up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't. Again, hold up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need them. Everybody fists up, boots on the ground. We're here, to shut the shit down. Again, boots on the ground. We're here, to shut the shit down. Boots on the ground. We're here, to shut the shit down. Boots on the ground. We're here, to shut the shit down. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict,
convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. 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 What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Say his name.
George Floyd.
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 Brian Quinones. Say his name.
Brian Quinones.
Say his name.
Brian Quinones.
Say his name.
Brian Quinones.
Say his name.
Brian Quinones.
Say his name.
Brian Quinones.
Say his name.
Brian Quinones.
Say his name.
Brian Quinones.
Say his name.
Brian Quinones.
Marcus Golden. Say his name.
Marcus Golden.
Say his name.
Marcus Golden.
Say his name.
Marcus Golden.
Say his name.
Marcus Golden.
Say his name.
Marcus Golden.
Say his name.
Marcus Golden.
Say his name.
Marcus Golden.
Say his name.
Marcus Golden.
Justin Tigan. Say his name.
Justin Tigan.
Say his name. 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 Hey, hey. Oh, oh. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. Hey, hey! Oh, oh! These racist cops have got to go! Hey, hey! Oh, oh! These racist cops have got to go! Hey, hey! Oh, oh! These racist cops have got to go! Hey, hey! Oh, oh! These racist cops have got to go! Repeat after me. Sit Cultivasin. Say his name! 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 If Synth don't get it, if Synth don't get it, if Synth don't get it, if Justin Tigan don't get it, if Justin Tigan don't get it, if Justin Tigan don't get it, if Marcus Golden don't get it, if Marcus Golden don't get it, if Marcus Golden don't get it, if George Floyd don't get it, if George Floyd don't get it, if George Floyd don't get it. No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. No justice. Prosecute the police. No justice, no peace. 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 Prosecute the police. Hold up, we want freedom, freedom. All these freedom. Again, hold up, we want freedom, freedom. All these freedom. Again, hold up, need 'em, need 'em. Hold up, we want freedom, freedom. All these racist ass cops, we don't need 'em, need 'em. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose land? Whose land? Native land. 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 What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. Black lives, they matter here. 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 Native 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 lives, they matter here. Trans 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 lives, they matter here. Asian 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 lives, they matter here. Black 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 lives, they matter here. When black lives are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. When Asian lives are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. When unhoused lives are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. 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 If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. No good cops in a racist system. 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 No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. 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 Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. No cops, no KKK, no racist USA. 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 Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people, cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people.
people, cause the power of people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of people, cause the power of people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of people, cause the power of people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of people, cause the power of people don't stop.
Tell me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Tell me what community looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. Tell me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Tell me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
2, 4, 6, 8. We want justice, no more hate. 2, 4, 6, 8. We want justice, no more hate. 2, 4, 6, 8. We want justice, no more hate. 2, 4, 6, 8. We want justice, no more hate. All right, I'm gonna say all lives can't matter, and y'all gonna say till Black Lives Matter. All lives can't matter till Black Lives Matter. All lives can't matter.
Black lives matter.
All lives can't matter.
Black lives matter.
All lives can't matter.
Black lives matter.
All lives can't matter till Native lives matter. All lives can't matter till Native lives matter. All lives can't matter.
Till Native lives matter.
All lives can't matter.
Till Native lives matter.
All lives can't matter.
Till Native lives matter.
All lives can't matter.
Till Native lives matter.
All lives can't matter till Asian lives matter. All lives can't matter.
Till Asian lives matter.
All lives can't matter.
Till Asian lives matter.
All lives can't matter.
Till Asian lives matter.
No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
No good cops in the racist system.
No good cops in the racist system.
No good cops in the racist system.
No good cops in the racist.
I said it's no good cops in the racist system.
No good cops in the racist system.
Louder, no good cops in the racist system.
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 Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. I got another one. This one's kind of long. Just join in when you can. I'ma say 1. We are the people. 2. Say it louder. 3. We want justice for black people. 1. We are the people. 2. Say it louder. 3. We want justice for black people. 1. We are the people. 2. Say it louder. 3. We want justice for black people. 1. We are the people. 2. Say it louder. 3. We want justice for black people. 1. We are the people. 2. Say it louder. 3. We want justice for black people. If we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
when I say fuck You say racism, fuck.
Racism.
Fuck.
Racism.
Fuck.
Racism.
Fuck.
Racism.
When I say fuck, you say cops. Fuck.
Cops.
Fuck.
Cops.
Fuck.
Cops.
Fuck.
Cops.
Alright, I'm gonna count. And when I'ma count, I'ma say 1, y'all gonna say 2, and when I get to 12, y'all know what to do. 1, 3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10,
11, fuck 12. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10,
11, fuck 12. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10,
11, fuck 12. 2, 4, 6, 8. We want justice, no more hate. 2, 4, 6, 8.
we want justice, no more hate.
2, 4, 6, 8.
We want justice, no more hate.
2, 4, 6, 8.
We want justice, no more hate.
Alright, I'm gonna teach y'all a song, okay? You don't gotta be a good singer. I'm not that good of a singer. It is what it is. But we all gonna be out here, we all gonna sing for justice, okay? So basically, you just repeat after me, alright? So I'm gonna say, ain't no peace, and you say that back. Out in these streets, ain't no peace out in these streets. Refuse to be defeated by enemies. Refuse to be mistreated by these police, okay? So basically, I'll just sing it, and then y'all sing it back, okay? Ain't no peace.
Ain't no peace
Out in these streets,
out in these streets.
ain't no peace.
Ain't no peace
Out in these streets,
out in these streets.
refuse to be defeated
Refuse to be defeated
by enemies.
by enemies.
Refuse to be mistreated
Refuse to be mistreated
by these police.
by these police.
'Cause ain't no peace
Ain't no peace
out in these streets.
out in these streets.
'Cause ain't no peace
Ain't no peace
out in these streets.
out in these streets.
Refuse to be defeated
Refuse to be defeated
by enemies. Refuse to be mistreated
Refuse to be mistreated
by these police.
by these police.
Alright, let's go through one more time. Let's do it louder, a little bit faster. 'Cause ain't no peace
Ain't no peace
out in these streets.
out in these streets.
'Cause ain't no peace out in these streets.
Out in these streets.
Refuse to be defeated by enemies. Refuse to be mistreated by these police. Okay, look at y'all. Go crazy. Go crazy. Black lives, they matter here.
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 Women's 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 lives, they matter here.
Trans 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 lives, they matter here.
Native 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 lives, they matter here.
Black 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 lives, they matter here.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When women's lives are under attack, what do we do?
Going back up into this park. This has been a good trouble march for stolen lives. Minnetonka, Minnesota, a wealthy suburb that obviously avoids oppression and racial disparities. But I'm going to take this down because we're walking into this park and I'm going to lose my reception. There's some other things going on today. I might come back up.
The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
Indict, convict,
Send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose park?
Our park.
Whose park?
Our park.
Whose park?
Our park.
Whose park?
Our park.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
If we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.